I'm going to do both A and B in this video. So I want to, as it says here, find a graph. The graph of f of x is shown, come up with a possible equation. So I'm going to do the part A first, although I think B might be a little bit easier. So I look at all these little pieces here. I got a spot where it crosses there, there, and there. And first thing I need to do is identify those x values. So I got 1, 2, that's 3, and then 4. So this is 3, this is 4. And then if I go backwards, I get 1. Oh, come on now. Try to count again. I've got 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3. If I go backwards, I get 1 minus 2, and then 3, 4, minus 5. Like that. So, you should know that if I have, say for example, I have a 0 of 10, that x minus 10 is going to be a factor. If I had a 0 of negative 7, then x plus 7 would be a factor of my equation. So, as I go through this, I'm just going to build all of the different pieces that correspond with each of these zeros. So, I would have y equals, the first parenthesis would be x plus 5, the next parenthesis would be x plus 2, the next one would come from the positive 0, which would give me a x minus 2, and then the last one is x minus 3. Now, this 60 here is something that, you know, I'm not super concerned with it matching, although I think in this form it does. But the one thing that you do really want to check to make sure is that this thing opens in the correct direction. What I mean by that is this guy opens up, right? It's a x to the 4th function that looks like that, as opposed to an x to the 4th function that looks like this, right? The one that opens down. So, if it was down, then we want to throw a negative sign out front. But since this thing opens up, what I have written in red down there is our final answer. So I went ahead on this other one, on part B, and labeled my zeros. And I'm just going to go and build it the same way I did the previous one. So that negative 4 gives me an x plus 4. That negative 2 gives me an x plus 2. And the positive 1, 0 gives me an x minus 1. Once again, I check to make sure that it opens the correct direction. A positive x cubed would go like this. A negative x cubed would go like this. You should see that this matches up with this one, not with this one. So I do not need to go and tack on a negative there.